don't know, Katie. Edit that out.
Welcome back to Put Me On. We're here with my cousin Nadia. Goody! And we're going to talk to her. We're going to talk to her about her musical taste. Like, y'all know how this goes. Okay, so introduce yourself, Nadia. Who are you? What you be doing? Where you be at?
Like Katie said, my name is Nadia. I'm her cousin, her oldest, first cousin.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I am, I don't know. Like a formal introduction?
I don't know. You like mad modest. She got like 20 degrees.
So, I mean, I don't. Right, humbleness is a. Okay, I'm a social worker by trade. I have a master's degree in social work, bachelor's in criminal justice. But I don't practice criminal justice. I'm social work, and right now I'm not even practicing social work. I work with Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield. Not social work related at all. It's more of a business type gig that I love because I have the opportunity to work from home and yeah.
Okay, so Nadia, what type of music do you normally listen to?
So I like mainly reggae. I'm Jamaican. I mean, not that matters, but my preference is reggae. If we go now away from reggae, I'm into like R&B, mostly 90s. Definitely no new age stuff.
Oh, that's right up her alley.
Period.
Period.
So you kind of touched on this a little bit, like how do you think this was cultivated? Like besides, maybe let's step away from reggae because obviously like you grew up around reggae, like reggae's always playing where we at. So other than that, like how were your musical tastes cultivated, do you think? Like for me, I didn't start listening to rap, my mom. So I didn't start listening to rap until I got to like middle school and everybody playing Chris Brown and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would say definitely for me also just being outside of my home. So that's where I was really introduced to like other types of music, like like I remember back when I was like in the 8th grade is really when I started like enjoying music. We had around that time there was SWV, Shy, Silk. So those are the type of music influences that like when I was out I would hear that that was constantly playing. I'm like, oh, I love that.
Yeah. And
even today, whenever I hear that music, like if my it just automatically like something inside of me just kind of like lights up. Like if I hear Mint Condition, Pretty Brown Eyes, instantly.
Mint Condition is my favorite band.
Is it really?
I love Mint Condition.
But like don't really listen to
like
recent
music.
She been dabbling, which has made me very happy. But like that's what
so you just listen to what you listen to.
Yeah. I'm very much influenced by my mom. So
okay.
So like 90s and before.
Right. And that was when I'm by it. Like music was great. It was excellent.
I remember music like around that time. I mean, I came late, right? I was like, but like it just felt different.
Yeah.
Oh, it was totally different. Yeah. And even on my Pandora playlist, I go in like I have a Tevin Campbell playlist, Mint Condition playlist.
Right.
Like that. I don't have anything that's like current because not that singers aren't good now, but that's just what I enjoy.
I mean, music feels different now.
Yeah.
People are really trying to make money. Like Cardi B literally says, "I just want to make money."
Right. She has a song called
Money. I mean, I like Cardi. Don't get me wrong, but
I like more than chicks.
Like, right. I like Cardi B, but I wouldn't necessarily categorize her as a musician, right?
Is that fair though? Like
she's okay. I'm not gonna
an artist.
She's an artist, right? She's not like.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I mean, she started. She was an Instagrammer, right? Like a
reality TV star,
right?
Wasn't she on?
And then now she's a rapper. No, I mean, like I'm not trying to like discredit her, but I definitely wouldn't put her in the same category as, let's say, like a Queen Latifah or somebody like that.
That's like Queen Latifah was right. Where's she been?
MC Light.
Don't mind her business, being happy.
Right.
Goals.
Staying away from social media and the devils. Sorry. you can edit that out.
Okay, so who are some of your favorite artists?
In reggae or in like the other genres of music?
All of them.
So my number one favorite artist is Mary J. Blige. I love
Really?
Mary. Oh my god, I love her.
No, that was so serious.
You her face.
Really?
I don't hear people stand Mary J. Blige often.
Girl.
Except for this podcast I listen to. His name is Dustin. He like stands me like.
Oh no, I love her.
Like,
She's like, I have yet to see her in concert. I definitely will see her in concert, but I ride with Mary. Mary is like, I don't know. She like her music. It's relatable. It's soothing. I really like her, and I like her style. I like her story. I like her story of like, you could be down in the dumps. Things can happen, but at some point you'll find your way back. So that to me is like the message that I just like it. And so then if we go from Mary, then I'll say I wouldn't say I have like a number two. I like Mary J. Blige, and then like in reggae I can say like I like Beres Hammond, but I don't have like a, in reggae music I can't say I have. Actually no, I'm lying. I like Vybz Kartel. He's my number one. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Yeah, he's a DJ. Okay. So he's not a singer.
No, what you said.
Katie's funny.
He's in jail forever now.
He is in jail forever.
Yeah,
he's not leaving.
But he's still, while he's in jail, he's still recording.
They letting him?
Yeah.
Did they stop him? Wasn't it a story out that they
No,
stopped?
he's still recording. He has a new song right now. But
where's that money going? He has kids?
he has kids.
Oh, okay.
Of course he has kids.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Vybz Kartel is my number one DJ, right? Like, and DJ would be like, I guess, equivalent to like a rapper, so to speak. Like, he's not a singer, he's a DJ. A reggae singer, I don't think I have a top. I just enjoy listening.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You like Buju Man?
I like Buju Banton.
Yeah, Buju Banton. I just really discovered him.
I like him. I really like Buju. I mean, I don't think I think he has a new album out now, but
he was also in jail forever. No,
yeah,
he was in jail for
like 7 years.
Some dumb stuff in like Florida.
But so I haven't listened to any of his new stuff, but I think like I know like his older music. Mm-hmm. I can sit if I'm here. I can literally just have my phone on and I can listen to like a whole like Buju. I can just listen to Buju all day, or I can just listen to straight reggae all day, and it doesn't bother me at all.
I can't do straight anything all day.
Oh no, I can.
Can you do a straight genre all day?
Probably not.
Yeah, all like.
I just get the urge, and it's funny because like it's funny because you get the urge to listen to a different genre from one like I posted my recent searches and it was like Mozart, Lenosa de Figaro, and then Cash Doll, Run Me My Money. Literally back to back. I was like, okay, this is literally classically black.
But so different.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm not a musician or whatever. Like,
but that same mood, like to me, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Cash Doll.
It just sounds so. I mean, it sounds so different.
So different, but.
Okay.
You kind of touched on this a little bit, but when was the last time? Who was one of your favorite artists you've seen in concert?
A concert. I mean, I've never really been to a. No, actually, I've been to mainly reggae concerts. So, the last artist that I saw was Beres Hammond. I think Beres Hammond. Like older reggae artists. I don't remember the others that were on the bill. I don't remember, but I definitely know Beres Hammond was on the bill. Marcia, I don't remember. I'd be lying if I said I remember. But I haven't seen any like. I have never been to an American concert.
Okay, so when you think of classical music, what comes to mind? Like, how would you describe?
I think of someone playing the violin. That's automatically like that's the image that comes in my mind, like right, and that sound of that automatically comes to mind. And then I think of the I don't know what you call it, the person that's directing, the conductor.
What technique.
Right.
I mean, so that automatically comes to my mind when I think of classical music.
Okay, that's better than what some people.
Right. My sister, she said, nothing. I was like, dang.
At all?
Nathan?
Like I don't think about it. Period.
Wait, do you listen to Spice? You like Spice?
I don't like Spice.
Really? I like Spice's personality.
I think she's
You know who Spice is?
way too much.
She wrote that song that went around that was like about, you know who Spice is? Spice is the one who looked like she bleached her skin.
She's on one of these Love and Hip Hop shows.
You
Jamaican,
remember that?
blue hair. Do you watch Ratchet TV? Oh.
That girl that went around and she looked like she bleached her skin, and it was controversial because she preaches like
She was trying to bring attention to black hypocrisy.
Yeah. See, it's because you're on Twitter. I thought you would have seen that. That's why.
I mean, maybe I might recognize her if I look her up.
She's a bit much. I think recently there was something about her, and I actually saw the video at the BET Awards when Meg Thee Stallion got an award, and Spice like roll her eyes.
Yeah.
I don't like her. I don't like her.
Spice is not on the same level.
Spice
as
is
Meg
way.
Thee
She's nuff. In Jamaica, you call that somebody like that. You call them nuff. Like that means they're just so much. They're into everything. Like relax.
I think she's fun.
To each his own.
Okay.
She's not my cup of tea.
Okay. Okay. How many instruments in the orchestra can you name?
Oh. The violin, of course. The bass. Viola.
Okay.
Trumpet. Saxophone. No? That's not in the
It's not a permanent member.
Yeah.
It's like something you would bring in if you need it.
The tuba?
Okay.
Piano.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it.
It's pretty good to me. Good. You got the whole string section? Yeah, right?
Not cello.
Oh, not cello.
But I'm sure you do know
Yes.
cello.
And none of the woodwinds. Can you name a woodwind?
I don't even know what a woodwind is.
Something you blow into that's not brass, not trumpet.
Trombone. Clarinet.
Yeah.
You both went.
Our face was the same when we said that's when we were like.
Saxophone is a woodwind.
Saxophone is a woodwind.
But they're not a part of the orchestra?
No, they're more like there's some composers that'll write a piece like and you bring in a saxophone.
Oh, okay.
But like I feel like most scores will have like just the standard strings, woodwinds, and then you have like auxiliary instruments.
Woodwind you blow into. That's the clarinet.
And it usually has a reed.
That's a distinction. It has like you gotta stick something in it.
Or the flute. What about the flute?
Flute doesn't have a reed.
Yeah, that's an exception.
But what would you consider the flute?
A woodwind.
Woodwind.
Oh,
But flutes used to be wood.
Did I say the flute?
Oh.
No, I didn't say flute.
Oh, flutes used to be wood?
Yeah, they used they're a wooden flute, so I think that's probably where it came from.
And then there's bassoon. You haven't guessed that one? That one's weird.
Yeah, nobody know what a bassoon is.
I know the tuba.
Mm-hmm.
That's ginormous.
Yeah. Also, saxophones are newer instruments. Newer, like maybe late 1800s. No, not even that early, right? Early 1900s.
Yeah.
So people have already been writing with the standard orchestral thing. So like nobody gonna start. When new things come along, people don't really jump on them right away. Especially like there was no social media back then to be like, check out the new saxophone.
Right. That's interesting though. I just assumed because it was an instrument, it would be a part of it. But I did good with naming them.
Yeah, I think you did good.
So what has your relationship with classical music been? Like, have you ever played an instrument or have you ever been to a classical music concert?
I have not. I think closest I ever came to an instrument was the recorder. I was like in the 7th grade. High cross bun. Aside from that, no. I don't have any exposure. I mean, my cousin, but...
You never been to a classical music concert?
That's a no.
What?
Never? I'm trying to think. You been to a musical?
Is that uncommon? No, I've never...
necessarily.
I'm not into, like...
Not necessarily. Especially like a full-on just classical music concert.
Yeah,
that's not
signing
uncommon.
up for that.
Yeah.
No.
and paying for it?
And paying
I mean,
for
I
it.
gotta be honest, I wouldn't even pay for it.
Cause
I go to Eastman. What's there, like 100 concerts a week?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've never.
All right, so how many composers can you name?
Got that face.
Everybody on the instrument one is like, oh,
Okay.
but the composers that one, they be like, girl.
I don't know Nicki Minaj.
I know Mozart.
Okay.
I mean, that's like the right? The basic.
I think there's like 3 that you're gonna be mad if you don't get them. You already said
Mozart's one, yeah.
Or maybe the third one, the earliest one is not that common.
Yeah. He's like borderline.
Wow. There's a song that's in my mind. I mean, I know it's not a composer. Ave Maria.
Oh,
wow,
that's not what we're
expecting.
expecting.
Yeah.
It's a piece. I know the composer.
I don't.
But he's not like someone that I would expect someone to know.
Wait, I'm impressed by that.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other ones.
You mean Matt Beethoven?
Oh yes.
And what about Bach?
Up you're right.
Yeah, that was the lowest common, right? I feel
like those are the Mozart, Beethoven, Bach are the 3 that
the 3 everyone knows. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a word. You're gonna say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm not gonna over question it.
Okay. Cello.
Jello.
Composer.
Music.
Bach.
Strings.
Chant.
Shout.
Okay. Trombone.
Loud.
Orchestra.
Organized.
Ricardo Muti.
No idea.
So when we get into what we took your musical taste, reggae, Mary J. Blige, early 90s hip hop, and we found 3 pieces. So you're going to listen, you're comment out loud, be like, this sounds stupid.
Right.
This is, I don't get it, whatever. If you hear something you like, you could be like, oh, anything.
Okay.
Right? And then
honest. Just be honest.
Please be honest.
Yeah.
And then and at the end we'll talk about what we're gonna do with it. Okay. Take it away.
Alright, so the first one I did is based off of Mary J. Blige, luckily. So I was listening to her music and I was like, so how am I gonna do this? And I noticed like usually with Mary J. Blige, like there's some artists that have like a lot of different sounds and like, you know, a lot going on in the background, and I noticed that Mary J. Blige is really like, her voice is really the centerpiece of what's going on. So she usually like introduces the background, like the beat or whatever, and then she comes in and then it's just her.
Yes.
So I was thinking like along the lines of like concerto. Like concertos, like when you have like either piano or orchestra in the background, there's a soloist.
Right.
But I actually picked something that's not a concerto, but it sounds like one. I picked the String Octet by Felix Mendelssohn.
Oh, that's okay.
And it's a string octet, so it's 4 violins, 2 violas, and 2 cellos, or cello and bass. But it's basically a violin concerto. So the rest of them are her background music, and Mary J. Blige is a violinist.
So so the violinist is the main piece. Yeah. Right? And everyone else kind of just like fades out.
Yeah. Okay. They have a little bit of where they come in, but it's mostly just.
Okay. He didn't really balance this well. Like normally with all these people on stage and this type of thing, it's like everybody gets a piece of the pie. Mendelssohn was like, you can have 98% of the pie.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go.
Why are you laughing, Delaney? Okay, now for me, I feel like everyone's kind of playing the same. I don't hear one that's like...
Okay.
And am I supposed to recognize that immediately?
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I feel like I've seen people play this and rehearse this, and I've also seen the score for it. So like you notice that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you have that musical ear, so you're listening for the violinist. For me, I'm like, they're all playing at the same.
Yeah, and also I'm noticing that like the things that they are playing that are exposed are like and she's got, and look what you're doing, and they're just going.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna say it all sounds the same to me. I feel like, okay, so now how you said like with Mary J. Blige, like boom, 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 the beat come boom, 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 and then all right, Real Love. It starts out boom, 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 and then it drops back, and that's when Mary comes out. Real Love. I don't hear it.
Okay.
I hear like everyone playing. At the same, I mean, they're all playing at the same time, but I don't pick out one central person that I can say like this person's the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
you're gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be tough.
Yeah, you're tough. That's good though. No, it's good.
No, because I mean, like, I get what Delaney's saying. Like, I get it. Like your approach with like picking out Mary J. Blige, but again, for me, I don't. They're all playing at the same time. I don't hear one that's like the lead.
They should like, dang, nobody else doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I mean, maybe I'm not paying attention to, but I'm not supposed to be looking at it. I'm supposed to be listening. Right? So I'm not supposed to be watching it. I'm supposed to be listening.
And you know what? It's also, it's easier to differentiate with Mary J. Blige because she has a beat in the background and a voice, rather than like a string and then other strings.
Right.
You know?
For someone that doesn't have that ear, it's like, oh well, how
are you supposed to tell the difference between him and the other three violinists?
Exactly. Like, all right. So with Mary J. Blige, I can hear when the beat drops, and I can hear when the beat fades back, because then her voice steps out, and her voice is like the main source.
Yeah.
Also, like that, I think they're playing this really well, because I've heard it actually sound like this dude is pulling the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, no.
All right then. Go ahead, Katie. Godspeed.
Okay, so I picked a piece called Jamaican Rumba by Arthur Benjamin. Arthur Benjamin is an Australian composer, but most of his work was in Britain because he did some stuff in the army. His career just brought him there. He became familiar with a lot of countries because he was like
Didn't you do this piece?
Nadia! Wait, how you know?
Because I think we maybe talked about it.
Memory?
No, only because she said Jamaica. Because I think we had a conversation and you said something like you wanted to do something that's like culturally whatever. That's like right? Yeah.
Okay. So he got exposed to like Jamaican culture because he was an adjudicator for like, I can't remember the exact thing, but they used to go around the School of Music and like judge like the playing and like how the administration set up stuff. So he was in Jamaica and he was influenced by the song Mango Walk. Have you heard that? The folk song Mango Walk? I don't know if that's a
how's it go?
Go mango walk, come mango walk, something like that. And then he arranged it for piano first and then a bunch of other different stuff, and then the Jamaican government actually gave him a barrel of rum every year until he died.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And white rum is like huge.
Probably help him die.
Okay. White rum.
My brother, because my dad goes to DR a lot, and he was like, we just need to give him $800 so he can bring back a case of that. I was like, okay.
It'd be like 80 proof?
100 proof.
It's 100, yeah, it's 100 proof. Your esophagus is flames.
Yeah. Right.
That's probably what helped him, you know.
Okay.
Right. He was rumbling all right.
Every year until he died.
A whole barrel too? That's a lot, right?
Yes.
Wait, a Jamaican barrel or like an actual barrel?
It doesn't matter, Katie. This is in comparison to reggae.
Yeah.
Okay. If I hear. Yeah, right away.
Yeah, you hear the influence.
Right away I can hear it. The boom, 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 boom. Hey.
I will say, don't. Just wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Mango walk.
You know the song?
No, but I can hear it.
It gets a little. It's fine because he's a newer composer. So just watch right here.
Okay. That I can say yes. I can hear that because I'm not looking for. I can follow it. I can follow the beat. There's a rhythm, right? I can say, all right, yeah, this sounds like reggae.
This is also like clear because you might not be. So.
Maybe because it's so like obvious.
Yeah, it is like easier when we can find stuff that has actual musical influence rather than like this concept, this related concept.
Right. So this is definitely not conceptual. This is like, because reggae music is all about the beat, right? Like I can, and I mean I guess a lot of R&B is also, but I can recognize a song before just from hearing like the instrumental, right? So for that, I feel like that, yeah, definitely. Like I can follow the beat. I can follow. I can follow that.
Oof, okay.
Okay, so my next one, this is gonna be my loosely reggae influenced one.
Okay.
It's a piece called Island Hopping. It's entirely for percussion instruments. So each movement is a different island, and none of them are Jamaica. And so it's not like reggae music, and I'm not gonna say, well, it's from an island, so it's the same thing, you know?
Right.
But I kind of was drawing on like the instruments because it has like the bass guitar. I was like looking up like what instruments are popular in reggae music.
Right.
So it's a lot of percussion and some bass and some vibraphone, that kind of thing. So unfortunately they don't have it set up where you can tell which is which country, but each movement is a different one. So there's Cuba, there's Argentina, Peru, Cuba again, and Brazil.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure this is the rumba one. So
So that I can hear, like, I would say that first part is Cuba, right? And I'm not cheating, Delaney. I'm just going straight. But would you consider this to be classical?
So some people might not consider this classical music because it's like classical music has been controlled by such a very specific demographic of people, like old, white, European, male, for so long that they've sort of like defined what classical music is.
And for me, based on that, when I think of classical music, that's what I think of. I think of that. I think of being in an orchestra and hearing that's to me is classical music, not that piece necessarily. So that's why I asked if you would categorize that as classical music.
Yeah, because like a lot of composers from different parts of the world, like their music was not played, it wasn't promoted, it wasn't preserved. Like you have manuscripts from Mozart and he touched this paper and whatever.
Sweat drop on it.
Right, yeah, but all these black composers, y'all like, oh, we can just burn that. You know, like it's barely like so many of their works. If you like, I saw this encyclopedia of black composers, and there's so many of their works, such and such, unpublished, like, or lost, never, you know, things that have never been found. So it just wasn't a priority to preserve their work, and because it was from different parts of the world, so they used influence from their music.
And how unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then just in thinking, like, if you were to bring this, I was thinking, like, if you were to bring this piece to one of your professors, let's say, do you think they would say that this is classical music?
I think it depends on who you get. Because there are some professors I can think of that would be really, really uptight about the definition.
Like, how dare you put this type of...
Yeah, they'd be like, "What? This is not classical music." Like, I'm like, my professor, thank God, is very open-minded, and like when I was like, oh, I want to do half my recital black composers, she was like, I was just thinking that for you. Like, that seems like something that you want to do, and definitely support it, and here's what I know, and you know, he's very into like letting you do what you want with your, you know, with your artistic process and all of that. But there are some professors that will be very like strict about that. Yeah. And I think that it's like that speaks to the common misconception about classical music is like because a certain group of people has controlled the narrative for so long, the like mass amount of people are like, boring, white, black people don't listen to classical music, it has no beat, no rhythm, no so when like I mean, unfortunately I think I probably fall into that category because when I hear that I'm like, I can actually follow. I can actually like bob my head to that. You know, that's
surprising.
To a lot of people when they hear classical music that they actually like. You know, But it's because like the institutions that we have and the like the orchestras and the educational institutions, like they teach
strictly what by the book, right? So to speak, by the book.
Meanwhile, we can have a conversation about what calling contemporary music, because classical music starts to, we heard like a little sneak peek of it in the Jamaican Rumba, like Arthur Benjamin was 1950s, I think he's around his death. So when music starts to get weird and it's like slapping and biggity, like artists like kind of weird. Okay. It sounds just like that.
Really?
like weird junk, and then you call that classical music. So it's like, why can we call experimental music classical music, but we can't call this and use classical music? Like there's a vibraphone in there that's in the orchestra,
all types of instruments. That every single instrument there, I'm sure, has been in the orchestra before.
Yeah, of course. So
period.
So Nadia, you told me rap, 90s hip hop. Okay, so I'm thinking, of course I know 90s hip hop artists, right? But I'm thinking about like one that I might listen to, and I was like, okay, well, Run DMC, and then you were like, Once Upon a Time. That's not 90s. I'm like,
not.
Okay, but their career went from like 90s.
It's not 90s.
They went from.
I mean, I know Wikipedia says they were active.
Okay, you didn't have to do that. You did not have to do that. Okay, Nadia. Well, it done already. So.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Either way, I feel like it will apply regardless. Okay. But maybe. So I think this is almost like spanning. This is more specific to Run DMC, but Run DMC likes to combine a lot of stuff. So they'll do like hip hop, but it's like infused with like a little bit of rock.
Right. So I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
I had said, Delaney, I don't know if you heard me, but I mean like the only song that I can think of, really, not that I'm not a fan of Run DMC, but I know they had a song with the band Walk This Way. You ever heard that song?
Maybe.
Steven Tyler was the lead. I forgot the name of the. I'll
tell me what it is.
Google it.
But they do like Run DMC kind of like they be doing like a little bit of metal to it. We like, what y'all doing? So I mean, they have. If you listen to them, like it sound like rap. It sound like whatever. It's Joey Simmons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Joseph Simmons.
Aerosmith. Run DMC and Aerosmith. Walk This Way. So like they're rapping. Mm-hmm. Aerosmith is a rock band.
They did a lot of that kind of like
crossover, right?
So when I thought of this, I'm like, okay, boom. So are you familiar with the musical Hamilton?
Familiar in the sense that I've heard the name, but I've never. I know like the lead was a black man.
The lead for the original. First of all, it depends on where you go see Hamilton, who's playing what, but the cast is normally predominantly people of color. Mm-hmm. So, like the one I went to go see, lead was Latino. Mm-hmm. I think he was from Cuba, and then like George Washington was black. Thomas Jefferson was black. Like it's like kind of. And then you go to San Francisco, it looks different. You go to New York, it looks different. And it's based on Alexander Hamilton's life. Mm-hmm. You know he was killed in Weehawken?
I had no idea.
You didn't know that?
Is that a Snapple fact?
What?
A Snapple fact? I'm joking.
No, you live in New Jersey. I thought you should know. You didn't learn that?
No, I don't retain unnecessary information in my brain, baby. I have way too much like.
Okay, but they was
more important things
to Weehawken in a duel. That's like,
why would she know that?
Right. Because it's literally nearby here.
Okay. Thank you. I'll remember that the next time we talk about Hamilton. Thank you.
So one of the allures of Hamilton is to tell the story of Alexander Hamilton and the American. Don't get me Revolution? 1776. Okay. The American Revolution through the eyes of Hamilton via hip hop. And I was like, okay. So, and
that's what the whole concept of the play.
What the Hamilton is, a concept of Hamilton's life.
Oh.
Of how he was revolutionary and all this other stuff. But it's hip hop.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And so it's called My Shot. Hamilton's just talking about how he wants to change the country and the world and all this other stuff, even if it means death. Like he's ready to fight and do all this stuff. So it's called My Shot.
But how is this classical?
Give me a second.
I mean, I get the flow is like 90s flow. Is that what
I wouldn't describe it as modern like modern rap.
It's not.
You can hear strings. Hold up. You can hear strings.
Right, Katie, but as someone that doesn't have a musical ear, I wouldn't be paying attention to the music that's playing. I'm being honest. Yeah. I would not pay attention to the music that's playing in the background. I'm paying more attention to... You want me to finish listening? I would pay more attention to... Okay, so going back to the Mary J. Blige thing, right? Like what Delaney said. That was the instruments playing in the background, and then you have the violinist is the centerpiece, right? That's like the main piece that you're focusing on. That in that case, I was like, oh no, because I can hear them. They're all instruments and they're all playing. Now, in this piece, I'm not paying attention to the background. Guess what I'm paying attention to?
Yeah, him rapping and telling
right.
See, and you know what? So I went to go see this with Nikki, and I was shocked when she was like, "Oh, okay, viola," and I was like, "Are you good?"
Wait, so is Nikki a musician?
Nikki is not a musician. She played violin, but to me, you're not. But like the fact, even in high school, you're not trained to be like, listen to the underpinnings. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not trained to do that in high school. So when she was like, okay, viola, or she said, okay, cello, I was like, okay, Nikki, you know?
Yeah.
But
like, good for you for picking that out.
Yeah.
All right, so this is my last pick. It was inspired by the 90s hip hop. So when I think, I'm from the West Coast, so I think 90s hip hop, I'm thinking Tupac,
Dr. Dre, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone calm down.
I don't know. I'm thinking like this is when a lot of like hardcore hip hop was happening. Yeah, I was just listening to that on the plane.
Party.
California. Listen, period.
And there's a lot of musicality in that.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like it's like a lot of like hard rap where it's like they bumping it and like so I'm thinking what piece in classical music is like it's literally not inspired by rap at all.
But sounds like it. Okay.
You know, like and I thought there's a portion of Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, I will give you that.
Yes. So he wrote. There's a couple composers that did Romeo and Juliet. So Prokofiev is one of them. He did Romeo and Juliet, and there's a portion called Dance of the Nights.
Okay.
And I think it is like the ultimate. Like if you want to turn the bass up and you like bumping in the car, this is the classical music piece that you would play. So
I'm gonna listen and say what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nadia, if you don't want to, I don't know what to tell you after this.
Mainly because of that.
Yeah. Right. And then go.
Now, what instrument is that? That's giving that sound.
I think it's a combination of the tuba, maybe the contrabassoon.
Yeah, that's what
contrabassoon has that buzzy, that sound.
Yeah.
And then here we go.
Okay.
It's just like such a who are we running up on?
Yeah.
And the basses, my section. Come on, basses, stand up. And it's Dance of the Nights, so nights. Right.
And don't want that line. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes back. So that was
I'm
mine.
into that.
Yeah. Into it.
It's lit.
And Giorgio?
He did that. I don't even like this composer.
No?
No. He's too.
He's too
He's too
extra.
Like he's weird a little bit. Like his stuff and his compositions are like I also like it's just like hard. I don't like stuff that's hard for no reason. So, but
that I can see. I can definitely see that. Like even we were just saying California Love. Maybe it's not the same like.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it's like the same concept of like you're saying like that hard like
yeah like that hard
DMX.
Yeah,
but DMX is not West Coast.
No, but like that's how he rap.
No, we were saying West Coast.
Okay, but I didn't. You know what?
We were saying
I was just trying to join.
We were saying.
I wanted to be. I'm gonna go with the one that's not the easy way out.
Okay.
Okay, so I picked this piece by a Haitian composer. Which, Oh, I was gonna do that one too, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, it's called La Dangereuse. Oh, you took French?
Je parle français.
La Dangereuse. And it's like a Haitian merengue.
Mm-hmm.
It's written by composer Ludovic Lamotte.
Oh, I looked at him when I was
Lamotte.
Oh, so you guys don't share?
No.
Oh,
This
okay.
is surprise to either
Yeah.
of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
He was a Haitian composer, virtuoso pianist, and he actually got some German merchants noticed his talent and like sent him to the conservatoire in Paris. It was like one of the top music schools like in the world. And here we go.
And this is I'm listening. This is we're still on that 90s hip hop.
No, we're back to reggae.
Reggae. Okay.
That's not carrying on.
Can I speak or is this
Yeah.
I wouldn't say reggae. I don't get that
Yeah.
reggae feel.
It's a merengue beat in the background. But you know, Haiti, you
No, I know. I would get more like even beyond merengue, like a calypso vibe.
Calypso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, calypso.
I definitely no. I would say I don't hear any.
It's not any reggae at all.
Period.
But we are in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's supposed to be based on
We
your
are
musical
around the
taste.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a calypso or soca fan.
Okay, but give me
but I would- but that's
give me this. Calypso somewhere in between soca
Calypso,
and reggae.
yeah, right. It is
You know,
definitely.
I know you don't like
definitely.
soca.
Yeah. But hearing that, how would you say it? The arrangement?
Okay.
No,
Arrangement of the what do you mean?
the music.
Oh yeah, composition.
The composition. I would definitely get more of the calypso vibe than say like reggae.
Yeah.
But then I wouldn't like it because I don't like calypso.
I just tried to get us somewhere in
the region. Okay. So with that, yeah. So then, yeah.
Okay, can I give you honorable mention? I'll take the L, but this is the piece. This is the piece that I was going back and forth with. This is the piece I was going back and forth with.
Reggae.
You recognize it?
Is this what I think it is?
Wait, hold on.
I was gonna pick this, but I was like, no, it's
See,
an
it's
easy
so
way
easy.
out.
Yeah. You'll be mad if I tell you.
I don't have a musical ear.
No, but you're gonna be mad when I tell you what it is.
Wait, hold on.
I think it's gonna go somewhere else. So. Da, 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 da.
What one dance can do? I don't know. No, I don't know.
Yo, no.
Tell me the artist. No, don't even tell me. Just give me a hint.
9 Mile.
Bob Marley.
Okay.
No woman.
Yes.
No.
I was gonna pick that, but I was like,
It's
no, he's
easy.
literally just playing the.
He's
piece.
literally right. He's
Like,
just playing the piece. Like that's why.
Oh.
I was considering another. There was an orchestra that did something called like Evolution Through Hip Hop, and they had some of the like they had different like snippets of different hip hop pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were like fit better with orchestra than others.
Mm-hmm.
But I was considering playing that, but I was like, no, they're literally just playing
that's why
it from an orchestra. Like that's not a classical piece. They just you can arrange from any genre
arrange any,
for you
yeah.
know.
Mm.
But some of it, like when they play in the club for 50 Cent,
Yeah.
and then brass boom boom, I was like, okay,
You can pick that up right away.
Yeah.
And again, maybe be just from this, I'll learn to be more aware, right? So if I'm like, oh, if I just hear no vocals and just hear the music playing, like, right? Pay attention to that, because I feel like that's what I don't. I have no reason to.
So let's wrap it up. You have these questions at the end. Okay, so how likely are you to listen to classical music again? Like maybe if we gave you these pieces and the names, like how likely on a scale of like 1 to 10, how would you listen to classical music and be like completely honest?
Like a 4.
Okay.
Is that bad?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Like you know,
You sound a little disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed at all because you like what you like,
Yeah.
and also like we play like 6 pieces for you. Now we play
And the whole classical music repertoire.
and they be like,
you know,
can't wait to jump in. Like,
right.
you know, Christmas is coming up. You might could put a little Nutcracker on.
Good. And you know half of that already.
You already know, yeah.
Nutcracker.
Okay.
Lots of the flowers. The Nutcracker.
She's like,
Right. Like all that.
Well, yeah. So again, you guys are this. You have this is your passion.
Yeah, that's great for you.
great. I love that for you.
Right. Okay. So, how likely are you to explore classical music on your own?
I mean, I would say about this in the same region. Yeah. I'm not jumping up to say I'm gonna go do it. You know.
Right.
I will commit to, like you said, like when I'm watching. Let's say when I watch Power later, I'll pay attention to the musical arrangements, but I'm not gonna go YouTube like classical composers.
Okay, this one. Here we go. Rank the pieces that you heard today. So for mine were the Jamaican rumba.
That was number 1.
Even okay, then
one being the best. Okay, one being the best.
Yeah, and then
right. From the one you like the most.
most of the one that.
Okay, so I like the first.
You remember
one.
all of them?
What? Yeah. I can. One was that the Jamaican rumba. There were 6. 6 was the first one that Delaney played. I can guarantee you that, right? Then I would say 2 was the last one that you played.
Okay.
With the hip hop, the hard hip hop.
So
that was 2. 3. Cool.
She had the Hamilton one.
I had Hamilton.
I had the Island one.
Okay, so 3 would be the Island one from Delaney.
The one with the percussion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Actually, no, I take that back. That was number 2.
Okay.
So it would be 1 was the Jamaican rumba. Number 2 was with the band, right? The percussion. Number 3 was the hip hop. Number 4 was the calypso. Number 5 was the Hamilton piece. And number 6 was the first piece that Delaney played. I didn't connect with that at all.
She was like, that was dead last.
Definitely last. But I remember them. I remembered all of them.
Yo, sometimes we have to be like, okay, this will give you your top 3. So okay.
Is that it?
All right. We got one last question.
The last question.
Okay, moment of truth.
Okay.
Did we put you on to classical music?
To some degree.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm tough. You say tough.
That's okay.
No, I'm not tough. I'm being honest.
Yeah, I love it. No. You're really great. You're doing. Cause you're not like kissing on. I love it. Yeah,
No.
everything's great. Everything's a one.
No.
Okay.
It's not. Okay, so the biggest thing that I can take, the biggest takeaway is the definition of classical music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know we had the conversation about like what's classified as classical music. So now my takeaway is, okay, you know what? Don't always think that classical music involves sitting in an orchestra and listen to white people playing like violin or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that. So that was in my mind frame, my vision was not my vision, but in my mind, classical music was. You know what I mean? Like that was for me what classical music was. So now it's interesting to say, okay, no, that's not just classical music. Classical music could be the band that was playing, right? That can also be the piece that you had where it was more like the calypso, or even taking the guy that played the No Woman No Cry and making that piece like somewhat like right. So that's my biggest takeaway is don't just classical music is not just in a box of
cousin. Okay. Right to go to a conference and
speak on it.
Talk about classical music in the box. Period. Well, thank you, Nadia.
You're welcome. It was yeah, I like it.
Did you have fun?
I did. I like it.
I had fun.
I like listening. I'm telling you, I like listening to like this, just a different. Because I never would ever think to compare a classical music piece. I would never even think of a classical music piece and how that like. How that correlates or relates to, let's say, reggae or even hip hop. I would never ever 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 think that. So, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
To us.